that if Dick Advocaat hadn't come in, they would now be a championship team, so they definitely need to improve significantly.
After the great escape of the year before, there was a lot of confidence in Gus Poyet, and then it just seemed to fall apart. Towards the end of the season, it was awful. There were some awful performances.
Gus Poyet took fright. His tactics became incredibly negative. I think the players became disillusioned.
He tried to do things that they weren't capable of. You can't play like Chelsea with Sunderland's players. He had to be sacked. They obviously had Dick Advocaat lined up. They brought in an experienced coach who knew what to do with the players at his disposal, and quite simply he went and did it.
Dick Advocaat disguises his ego well. He's older, he's more mature, and he's more concerned about the club.
Sunderland are a strange sort of curate's egg of a club. The US owner Ellis Short has ricocheted between various different strategies since buying the club in 2008. He often seems to talk a good game, but that doesn't necessarily translate into the business or the fact that they've got any stability at all. They've been through 13 managers in the last 13 seasons. Again, for them, the goal will be to remain in the Premier League, to be able to partake in those riches that will come as a result of the new $8 billion plus TV deal. And it feels like they're really going to have to try and have a period of some stability, not only on the pitch in terms of the coaching staff, but also off it in terms of trying to alight upon a strategy that can see them forward into the next sort of 3 to 5 years.
Well, there can't be many clubs in Europe who would attract 40,000 every other week, particularly with the quality of football that we've had to put up with for the last 3 or 4 seasons.
No young players have come through from the academy since Jack Colback, who's now up the road at Newcastle, and Jordan Henderson now, of course, at Liverpool. So there's been a disconnect between the academy and the first team. The new signings are interesting.
Yunus Kabul, and that was a long time ago. He could be a very good signing. You know, he could be the kind of centre-half that we need, or he, unfortunately, could be another Titus Bramble.
Ever since Andy Reid left, they haven't had an improvisational, imaginative talent. So you would hope that he will correct that and address that.
Need a forward who can score goals for us on a regular basis. We don't have one. Fletcher, Graham and Wickham don't score enough. Defoe's coming to the end of his career, and Sebastian Coates was a real eye-opener last year because, and this is where Advocaat was good, he realised that he'd got a stopper centre-half who would stand there, would block, would tackle and would move the ball on. I would be delighted if there was a nice block of S teams in the middle of the Premier League: Stoke City, Swansea, Southampton, Sunderland, and if we're near the other 3 S teams, we'll have done well.
An amazing season for Swansea, record-breaking season. Think back to the start of the campaign, and Gary Monk was saying that he sensed people expected him to fail. I think a lot of people thought he was out of his depth.